Alright guys, it's Stephen here on BlueMoonRisingTV and welcome back to the City Predictor. Stoke versus Man City. I've been joined by Elliot.
Hi.
And this other one, which we'll go into in a little bit. We're going to look at the team, we're going to predict it, we're going to do the forfeit and all that. We're also going to look at FanDuel, which is obviously our fantasy football team. We're going to look at that and talk about it a little bit later. But Paul is... Paul, last week the forfeit was that and Elliot beat him.
Yeah, I got first goal scorer. It's always a bit of a race with the to get Aguero first goal scorer in the predictor. Anyway, I got him last week. So here's what happened. This was the forfeit. That was that Paul had had to be gagged for the whole of the next video, and he's not allowed any input whatsoever in this.
Which is probably about fair. Paul, if you don't, if you think Pep Guardiola should be sacked, don't speak.
Yeah, that's terrible. Outrageous.
Right, let's go into the team. We've got Stoke versus Man City. This is the cliche. We've got Stoke away on a Saturday morning, which is not quite what they had in mind.
A mild Saturday morning.
Yeah, so is there going to be many changes? Paul's writing with a pen already.
No good, I'm not reading it.
This is the internet in 2016. But I think it's going to be Caballero and goal, isn't it? It's going to be.
All right, we start the bat. I think we're probably looking at Caballero and goal. He wasn't amazing in the Stoya Bucharest game, I wouldn't say. He made a couple of decent saves. What is he writing? He made a couple of decent saves, but
he does not want to sack Pep Guardiola.
I do not want to sack Pep Guardiola. He's made that quite clear.
Okay. So Caballero, I think, will be in goal. Joe Hart, depending what you think about Joe Hart, I understand the concerns there from fans, but it does look like he's made his choice until Claudio Bravo comes in. So I've got a feeling we're going to see Caballero in goal for now. I understand people disagreeing with that and so on, but that's who we think will be in goal, I reckon. I think it's going to be him. In defence, Stones and Otamendi at centre-back.
They were good in the Stoya Bucharest game. They looked like they partnered up well. Stones was great again. Stones looks like he's been playing for City for ages. He's just shut up. He's fitted in so quickly and so immediately that, bear in mind that was only his second game, but he looked like he's played for us for ages. So Defo, we haven't got a great deal of choice. Otamendi, he was all right. He wasn't amazing.
I like the fact that Pep's come out and said that he doesn't like defenders who go to the floor, which is obviously Otamendi's game.
What Otamendi does.
It's basically Otamendi's career summed up in the last 6 or 7 years. Is
sliding about. Yeah.
So he's just said, nah, mate, just don't bother with that anymore. People who sit on the floor, they must be absolute idiots anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the kind of person who would do that.
Who would spend their time sat all on the floor
silently
instead of on a nice chair.
And those. Oh, by the way, we've got our set again. I hope you like our set. It's lovely, isn't it? The one that me and some other person made. It looks good. I'll take all the credit for it because no one else is here to speak up about that.
Doesn't seem like they are.
No. Fullbacks, Kolarov. It's got to be Kolarov, hasn't it?
Did you see when Kolarov came off in the Stoya game? It was like a slap around the face that Pep gave him.
He does that, doesn't he?
Like a loving slap.
He slaps everyone.
But you could definitely see almost a bit of man love going on there between the two of them. Bit of brotherly love.
He's one that I think we all thought would probably leave in the summer, and he's been so far like the biggest beneficiary, hasn't he?
He's been ace. He's been like he's been. I don't know if he's been like a new player, but he's been like the Kolarov that we saw glimpses of. Well, hardly at all. Last season saw glimpses of it, but under Mancini saw glimpses of that Kolarov. And wicked. He's been ace.
It's still settling me every now and then to see Paul sat over the corner of me, but it's great. I love it.
Just agreeing.
Kolarov, he looks good. He's I want to see if he does it over the course of the season, but it seems to me that Guardiola said, look, if you don't work, you are out. And so far, he's been excellent. I can't give him any stick because he's been brilliant. I have my doubts about him, but he looks sharper mentally, but physically as well. He looks faster, a little bit more alert, and it's good. So I think he's going to be left back because I think obviously we were talking as well about how there won't be many changes because in midweek next week, obviously we've already done the job.
Yes.
So we'll probably see certain players rested then.
Yeah, and we'll probably see more likely the kind of teams that we saw in those pre-season friendlies with Maffeo and Angelino.
And right back, I reckon it might be Zaba.
Zaba. Yeah, he had a good game.
It could be. Zaba was good though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was good. He came on, he started the game. Also, you would think that Pep's sort of mentality, and everybody's probably saying to Pep, you've got to be. What about playing Stoke away? Those are going to be the tough games for you. Come at the Premier League, you're going to have to go to Burnley and play them. These are going to be the hard games. So maybe in his mindset, he's thinking, you know what I need for this game is experience.
Yeah.
And that's, of course, what you get from Zaba.
Zaba looked a little bit more in tune with that whole inverted fullbacks thing as well.
Yeah, he did.
There's one point when he drove forward and he actually made the pass to Kolarov for the second penalty from a central midfield position. I think Paul doesn't like Zabaleta, but obviously
hates him.
Silence speaks
Least
volumes.
favourite player.
In midfield, I think there's got to be many changes. It depends out already. He's frantically writing a disclaimer that we're not going to read out, so he loses anyway.
No, exactly.
It's going to be Fernandinho, I think. He loves Fernandinho.
Yeah, and he played well again.
I'm wondering if there will be a change. I don't think there will be, but no.
We can't even read that out.
It's not the watershed, hasn't happened yet. We can't go with that. He said he really likes us, which is quite sweet. I think it's going to be Fernandinho and Silva again. I think they've both been pretty good so far.
There are options there, but Fernandinho would be definitely one of them. I don't know if Silva would be definitely as Fernandinho is. But Silva looked good, I thought, against Stoya again.
His movement was really good from the first game.
Yeah, his passing was better. His movement was good. His passing is still not quite on, but it was definitely getting there, and his movement was amazing.
Some of the football as well in general at times when they clicked, it's obviously that Pep, he said after the first game against Sunderland that they weren't quick enough going forward in terms of the decisiveness and whatever, and you could tell they worked a lot even over just 2 training sessions, because they looked a lot sharper, they moved the ball a lot quicker. It was only Steyer, and it wasn't a great team. Stoke will probably provide a sterner test, but some of the football was genuinely lovely to see, and it was the intensity, and that's why I think personally Sterling and Nolito will start again. I think that those two played excellently. I think they've both been brilliant so far.
Yeah, Nolito's passing was for that. I can't remember whose goal it was, but the
Aguero,
the little one-touch passes were just outrageous. I've watched that a couple of times.
Wasn't it?
It was ace. Yeah. And Nolito really looked, because in the game against Sunderland, he was pretty anonymous in that game. You didn't really see a great deal of him, but that kind of thing of him cutting in a little bit was really working well.
He's just persistent and it works. Yeah. So I think it'll be those two. Sterling looked great as well.
He did look great.
De Bruyne was good as well. It was one of his best games of the season so far. I know it's only been 2, but he did go up a level again. Yeah. So I think it's going to be De Bruyne and Aguero.
Yes, I think you're right. Yeah, they looked in that to go back to the Stoke game. I don't want to keep going back to it because it is a funny game, isn't it? And it's not. I don't know how much you can take from it, but certainly those front 5 that we've just been talking about there were amazing. The passing was brilliant. The pressing was really brilliant. Yeah. Everything about it was great. The space that they created was brilliant as well. It didn't help the fact that Stoyer's defence were a bit shoddy, but we started to create that space that Pep does, to widen the game out and make that area of the pitch as big as possible. We were doing that.
It was good. I mean, the only thing I could possibly consider would be maybe someone like Delphi Fernando coming in to kind of shore up the midfield a little bit. But I think it'll stay the same team. So Paul's writing one last thing before we move on. Stephen, Steyer on Twitter. Steyer were weird on Twitter. I like their Twitter.
I'm
hoping
I think it's Terry Christian that runs that Twitter account.
Christian, I think it was a proper top red.
That was pretty weird but I liked it.
Yeah, more of that I'd say. We were saying on the live stream, which you haven't watched, go and watch because it's funny. For 2 hours of it, go and watch it. And we were saying on the live stream that we should have more football fans of the other teams in control of Twitters. You should just get rival fans on Twitter. Like having United, just putting I don't know, like a United fan in control of Twitter on the Derby day against us and vice versa. I think it'd be brilliant. Get some bloke from
that's a recipe for disaster.
But yeah. Right, guys, we're going to go to the City Predictor and the Fan Duel because we picked our teams. Well, if you missed it last week, we joined a new fantasy football league. All of you have been asking in all pre-season if we're going to be doing anything, and we did this. We started last week, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was great.
We came, I think, was it 62nd last week?
We came top. All I'm bothered about, we came top of all the other fan channels. So Full Time Devils and Spurred On.
Chelsea fans channel as well.
Beat them all, hands down.
We're in the Football Republic League, and we of course we won there. Alex did well as well, didn't he?
Alex came 9th overall, the whole thing, came 9th overall.
Yeah, I got like 140 something.
Yeah, well, you're terrible at it. That's why. Alex is buying the pints this weekend.
But I was involved in the name BlueMoonRisingTV. I'll take that's a tenuous link, but
there's no I in team, Stephen.
If you go into the description below, you can join the Football Republic's the whole channel, their league, and if you use the promo code Blue Moon, they will match your deposit as well, so you get twice as many goes having a go at it next week. But yeah, we did okay. The team wasn't too bad. I think for us, if I'm looking at the team now, Stones did all right for us. Aguero obviously scored in the grade and got a goal last week.
The Beast was back for the Borough.
The Beast was back, and we're going to go through a team now.
Yes.
So I've got it up on my phone here. Let me get this team out. I'll probably take the blame for a lot of this if he doesn't do well, but I've gone for Caballero in goal.
Yep.
Because the idea, we know he's going to start, and I'd like to think we're not going to see many goals.
Okay. Hopefully.
Any, yeah. I'll watch this be 4-0 Stoke now. No, hopefully it won't be, but yeah. Then I've gone for, I've gone for Kolarov because I think he gets assists.
He does get assists, and he's been playing really well, so why not?
And James Collins last week was the highest scoring defender on FanDuel, so
Yes, did he score a header, didn't he?
He makes a lot of tackles and clearances and headers and all that kind of as well. So I think he's a proper old school centre back. So he'll wipe up the points there.
Good
Kyle
shout.
Morton gets forward. I think fullbacks are always good, aren't they? Because you get your points and whatever, assists and whatever.
Fullbacks that tackle are probably a good shout, aren't they? That get
and score goals.
Yeah.
Basically, the complete fullback.
Yeah.
If you can find Cafu on there, somehow
that's it.
Get him in there.
I don't know how.
But I've gone for goals really. If you look at this now, so we've got David Silva. I've got a feeling he's going to score this week.
Yeah, well, he scored the other day, didn't he?
Yeah. Mahrez. Obviously, he's just rejected Arsenal. They're playing Arsenal. So that's a pitying laugh. Mahrez, Eric Lamela, because he was apparently really good as well for Spurs last week. Got a lot of points in the first week. Oscar. Don't know, I think I've got a feeling he'll do well under Conte.
He looked pretty good in his first game under him.
Yeah, did you first game?
Yeah, watched it. Yeah, he looked good.
He's always a threat for a goal, isn't he?
Yeah.
Obviously up front as well, we've got that man Negredo again.
The beast.
They've got Sunderland, I think, so that's like a derby,
It's a local kind of derby thing, yeah. You could see him scoring, definitely. He scored after about 11 minutes in the Borough game last weekend.
Still love the beast.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously we cannot ignore Sergio Aguero because
absolutely not.
He's just on fire. 2 penalty misses and a hat-trick, but that's Sergio, isn't it?
Yeah, it says something about his confidence that he can come from 2 penalty misses back to back and still score 3. Amazing.
And then the final person for me is Harry Kane. They've got Palace at home. I fancy him to score there. I think he'll get off the mark there. So that's our team. What do you make of the team? You should put your team as well in the comments. Go and follow the links in the description. Get involved as well. Let us know on Twitter as well what you've been doing, what your team is, and you've got I think 100 million to spend, isn't it?
That's like right. And don't forget you need to be over 18 to play. It's UK only. And they'll match your first deposit as well.
Yeah. Right, on to the City Predictor.
So we saw this week's forfeit because we had Paul sat here with his gob taped up a short while ago, which was rather amusing. Next week's forfeit, this is an absolute cracker. You need to eat hot chilli. And I'm not talking about hot chilli like one of those rubbishy
ones
you get on a Subway sandwich. We're talking about when you see people eating on YouTube, screaming one of those before.
Someone's going to die on YouTube.
Before you do the pick the team. All right, so before we do the City Predictor, the whole thing, whoever loses it's got to neck the chilli and then get on with it, which is going to be horrendous if it's me. But Stephen, I'm going to let you go first. Now, because I'm gentlemanly. 3 things. First goal scorer, man of the match. You can't pick Aguero for all of them. Yeah. And final score. Right, first goal scorer, Stephen.
Aguero. Sergio Aguero is my first goal scorer because I want my mouth back.
Right, okay. Video. Excellent.
Yours?
I'm going to go with David Silva because I think he's due to score and he looked pretty good in the
he's in the
Stoke
game as well.
And he's in the fan duel, yes, we'll get the points for that. Yes.
Man of the match.
I get to pick that first.
Go for it.
Sergio Aguero. It's getting ridiculous, isn't it?
Weekly Sergio Aguero.
When he gets injured, we're both going to be sat here in silence.
I wouldn't choose him. I'm going to choose.
I'm choosing him. Tough.
I'm going to choose Fernandinho because it's going to be a battle and he's going to be everywhere.
Yeah. And
I've changed my mind already. I'm going to say Sterling. No, Fernandinho.
You go with Fernandinho.
Go on, I'm going to go for the score then because it's alternating. So it's I'm going to go for 3-0 Man City. That's a bold statement, but I'm going for it.
This isn't going to go down very well with anybody, but I'm going for 2-2. I'm going for a draw because I think Stoke are going to be very, very difficult and very, very, just Stoke, super aggressive and difficult. I don't know if we're going to get to be able to create that space that we made in the Stoya game, so I'm going with a draw at 2-2.
For 2 reasons, I hope you're wrong, because then City win and you get to humiliate yourself on YouTube, so that'd be good for me. Right, boys, they are our predictions. What do you make of them? What's the score going to be? Who's going to get on the match? How are we going to play in general? And what do you make of our FanDuel team? Get in the comments below, drop a like on the video, subscribe, and we will see you.